Hey there guys, it's Arva here, bringing you the 6th episode of my F1 2012 career. Today we're at Monaco, so let's get on with the qualifying. So we're starting the lap here in Monaco in Q3. As you can see, it's quite gloomy here, the clouds are above, and the track is a bit cold, so it's getting a bit slippery now. But we should be on for a good qualifying. I found that putting max downforce on, pretending like it's heavy rain when you're doing the setup, really helps Monaco even when it's dry. Rather have more downforce than actual top end speed here. So coming through the first section now, just taking the DRS off there. As we come through these corners, really shaky now. I think there are actually a few drops of rain I think I can see. So first sector, not too bad there. Now coming through to the slowest corner in Formula 1. Nicely done. Not going to take much of the apex there. Very easy to spin off. And now I'm going to open the DRS shortly before entering the tunnel, which obviously it switches off automatically. And now we're going to open it again. Coming down to this tricky braking zone and out to this awkward section where you can really get penalised for corner karting when you don't really corner kart too much. And now engineer's just telling me I've run out of fuel, it's okay, I'm going to finish this lap and then come in. So through the casino square now to Raskas, and yes, I definitely see a few droplets, so it's good that I've come out first for this qualifying. So coming through to the pit straight, DRS open, rest of the curves. So let's see what sort of lap time this is going to be. It's a 1:17.288 and right now I'm fastest. So let's cut and see where I get to. And that gets me pole. Yes, that gets me pole. I'm on pole for the Monaco Grand Prix. So it looks like it's going to be a good race. My teammate down in 5th, so hopefully he can get some places up. And the two Mercedes going strong in 2nd and 3rd. Really weird that they've been quite strong. So let's go on to the race. So we're here on pole at Monaco, my teammate down in 5th, and I've got two Mercedes down my neck here. So 5 red lights, and we're off, and getting an okay start, bogging down a tiny bit, and there we go, Rosberg's right behind us, just coming through the first corner very gingerly here, getting a bit slippery, and now we're pulling away a tiny bit, as you usually do in the starts. These AI aren't really good at starts at all. So now, just getting very slippery here, screeching tyres there, I don't know if you can hear it. But coming through now to this hairpin. And locking up there a bit. Got into a bit of a slide, but we controlled it. And Rosberg is still very much there. Two Mercedes, really strange. I don't know what's really happened. They've become really strong in this career. This second season, ever since I went to them in the first season. They've kind of galvanised. I think probably my own fault for doing that. Oh god, we've gone across, just didn't brake hard enough, so we're just going to have to corner cut that section. So coming through now, we're pulling away a bit, coming through to Casino and then Raskas, and we've already gained a second, probably a tiny bit due to that corner cut, but I couldn't do much, I just didn't brake hard enough. So coming through to the end of lap 1 here, and now we're pulling away a tiny bit. So it's looking good for a nice strong win. Obviously very disappointing last episode in the Spanish Grand Prix. If you haven't seen that episode and if you're new to my channel, please go click the annotation above that says subscribe, and I do weekly F1 2012 content, or you can click my logo in the bottom left, and also you can click the annotation in the bottom right, which will take you to the Spanish Grand Prix video. So through to this next section, under the bridge and onto the tunnel, and we're pulling away from Rosberg here on the second lap. Schumacher's very much behind him. My teammates got up into 4th, so that's good. Hopefully maybe he can try and take the Mercedes. Obviously it's Monaco, so it's hard to overtake here, but in this game, it is possible to overtake. I've always said that on these games you can overtake in Monaco because there's no fear factor, so you can kind of rub up against cars and touch those walls without any sort of fear. So coming through Thrustmaster now, end of lap 2, and it's getting to a very stable part in the race now, and I'm pulling away from Rosberg. So this is where I will edit the video and I will be cutting to my pit stop. So here on lap 8 I've been leading and I've got a nice 5-second cushion. As you can see there, my front wing is slightly damaged as I spun on this lap actually, earlier on lap 8. But here coming to the pit stops, I span really because my tyres were just getting really worn. So onto fresh rubber, which will be nice. And where are we going to come out to? We are in 5th currently, but we've got Kobayashi, Alonso past us, now Maldonado. Is he going to make it in front of me? I think he will by the time I come out, and yes he will. And who else we've got? Got someone going past me, that's I think that's Lewis Hamilton. Don't know which McLaren that is. That's Jenson Button in front of me and then Raikkonen behind me, but a bit of a cushion to him. So we're following Button here. Coming out of the pits on fresh rubber, but the tyres are cold, so we are going to have to watch it. We can't push amazingly hard straight away. But we should actually be as fast as Button because he's on worn options. And so Button, I've been told, is on race mix 3. I'm not going to jump to race mix 3 just yet. Just going to make sure these tyres get warmed up and then I'll push. And hopefully I should come out in first without any odd undercuts. So now we're gaining on Button there a tiny bit through that section. Coming through to the casino square. High speed chicanes. Through to Raskas, and now lap 9. I can see some people in the pits. My teammate is in the pits as well. So I don't know if that means Rosberg will be in the pits already, so not too sure. My teammate definitely is, and you can see that yellow dot in the middle. So coming through the first corner, nice, and Rosberg is still out in front, I think, and so is Hamilton as well. So Hamilton deciding to go quite a long way into this first stint, probably because he was starting, I think he was starting all the way back in like 6th or something, and probably lost places also. So he's decided to go long on the stint. So has Rosberg, and I probably think Rosberg's trying to, well, not, obviously he's not trying because the AI aren't thinking for themselves, but whatever, the algorithm or whatever you want to call it. Yeah, so he's trying to overtake me in the pit stops, but I think I'll get him. I think the options around lap 10, definitely at lap 8 when I went through my pit stop, I felt there was just no more life in them and they were just getting very worn. So by now I don't think those tyres will be yielding much speed, so I should be able to easily overtake him once I come through the start finish line. But you never know. Oh god, getting the braking wrong there, just having to take to the escape route over the sleeping policeman. And now coming through, and we've got Rosberg and Hamilton in the pits, and they're exiting now, I think. So we're going to overtake them just. And there we have it, and they've definitely gained a tiny bit on me, I think. And now we've cut to lap 17, where my KERS has actually failed. So this is probably the second time in a row that my KERS has failed. But now we cut to the last lap, lap 20. We are in the lead. Obviously with that KERS issue, the 5-second lead has dropped down to about a second, but now we've got KERS back on this last lap. But that's 2 in a row where the Red Bulls had issues with KERS, as it usually does. Codemaster's got to thank them for that realism there. So we're coming through to lap 20 now, the end of the Monaco Grand Prix, and it's been a pretty boring race. Few exciting moments at the start, and with KERS failing it was a bit tricky to manage it, but we've won the Monaco Grand Prix, and I think that's my 4th win of this season. And there we go, and my teammate is down in 12th. He was actually running 2nd, but he had a bit of an accident, I think, with Rosberg. But there you go. 2 Mercedes really going strong still, and I'm leading the Drivers' Championship still by Michael Schumacher's in 2nd. Quite surprising that he's there. And we're leading Constructors as well, as at least I think we should be. Yes, we are. And we're leading for Mercedes. So Mercedes have actually overtaken McLaren and Williams are up there, and Lotus are way down. So I hope you enjoyed the episode, guys. I've been Arava, and I'll see you next time.